Greetings, my name is Dario and today we're going to start a playthrough of Dark Souls Remastered Age of Sunlight. So Age of Sunlight is one of the biggest mods for Dark Souls Remastered, and for what I have researched is also the more up-to-date. Now as you can see I have already started the game. Oh, these are my standard Dark Souls playthrough, but I have already started the game with this character here, just to see if the mod was working correctly. Now, I'm gonna be playing a sorcerer. Here's my character. And I haven't done much. I pretty much just done the tutorial area of the game. I have come to Firelink Shrine and run through the cemetery to pick up the items. Go into the Undead Burg and just to take the bonfire that was there, and some of the items that there is in the start of the game. Now I have collected more than 1,000 souls for me to go back into the floated place, I don't remember the name, to buy me some better magic from the guy in the cell. Now I have played Dark Souls Remastered a bunch of time. Never really finished the game. I normally go into menus and stop playing the game. But I wanted to do a playthrough of it, and I wanted to do of this mod. So let's go. I hope you watch. I hope you enjoy watching this video. And well, it's the start of my channel, so the quality is probably going to be questionable. But that's life. If you have any advice, just leave in the comments or anywhere, and I'm gonna read and try to
what weapons?
make more better videos. But let's go. Perch item here, the homing soul arrow.
Come back soon.
Now I'm not really
Smithing up,
sure
don't let me wither.
what the Age of Sunlight mod does to the game. I have already seen some differences. For example, normally in the game, if you rush into the ghost place, there is you go to that bridge and then you go back and there's gonna be a small tower, that tower over there, and normally there's gonna be a firekeeper soul. I don't remember is the item name. There's gonna be a firekeeper soul in there that you can rush in the start of the game to enhance your Estus flask. And I tried to take it, and there was no firekeeper soul, just humanity there. Dark Souls 1 was the first Dark Souls I played when I was a child. I would play in my uncle computer. No, not a computer. PS2, I believe so. And I was horrible in the game, as any child is in video games. And I remembered I would get into the bridge with the dragon, and I would keep dying for the rats that are underneath the bridge. So that was my great enemy in the start. Rats, not the dragon, not the boss, the demon that you fight before that. No, rats. Now let's see. I'm gonna focus on leveling up strength and dexterity, at least to level like 15 or 17 to allow me to use more weapons. Then it's gonna be vitality and intelligence. I also never really done any sorcerer playthrough in Dark Souls. I have done in Dark Souls 2 and 3 and Elden Ring, but not in Dark Souls 1. I remember that I have tried one day, but the range of the lock-on system, it's quite a short compared to the other games. So doing a sorcerer in this game is just like doing a close range sorcerer. You cannot really exploit the game like the others. And Dark Souls 1, like, it has the reputation of being a very difficult game. It is for the first time, But when you get accustomed to its mechanics, for example, the iframes and enemy movement, it also becomes a quite easy game. I would say the difficulty of the game comes from its, let's say, fairness that it has for most of the game. And normally people say that magic in the game trivializes it, makes it very easy. It can, because especially in the first one, I believe, because of the enemies are so slow, you can really exploit to let an attack get away and fire some spells at them. And I believe that as the games go, magic become less and less of an exploit. Excuse me. And in Elden Ring, I remember that my second character, which was the first character that I finished the game with, was a sorcerer. And I have done that because I was having a lot of difficulty playing the game and finishing it. And I, of course, read that sorcery is like almost cheating the game. It used to be, I believe, back in the day, but in the first like year of Elden Ring, that spell that pretty much shoots a beam of laser into the enemy was very strong, and you could trivialize a lot of boss fights with that. Not really nowadays. I believe they have nerfed that spell, and it's very difficult to land a proper beam in the enemy. Especially because in Elden Ring, most of the enemies are very agile. They don't stand in place for a long time. I don't know if that spell exists here in Dark Souls 1. If it does, it's probably gonna be really powerful, because it's very easy for an enemy, even a boss, to like remain stationary for a long time. With the exception of like the DLC bosses. Manus, Artorias, the Dragon and the Lion. They are the more agile bosses. They're pretty much like the Dark Souls 2 and 3 bosses put into Dark Souls 1. You can really see Miyazaki and From Software developing their skills and their like game style in the DLCs of Dark Souls 1. Which is also the reason why the DLCs are significantly more difficult compared to the base game. Now let's see. One difference the mod has from the start. Normally with a sorcerer you only start with Soul Arrow. In this mod you also get Soul Dart, which is, let me show you before I change it. It's like a magic autogun. You can just hold it and keep firing a lot of shots. It's quite strong actually, but I'm gonna change it for the Great Soul Arrow. Now it's to go into the bridge to fight the demon. Well, another thing, for some reason the ragdolls in this mod are very broken, and a lot of enemies just go flying away when you kill them. Another thing, as a sorcerer, you start with the... Where is it? The Mail Breaker as your starting weapon. I pick up the stock back there in the... It's under the ruins. The ghost place. Right in the start, inside a container, there is the stock. No real reason for me to be going here. Them hollow. Let me just see one thing here. Okay. And if sorcery is really broken in this game, I'm probably gonna like hinder myself and to add a bit more difficulty in the game to make more fun. Most of the fun in Dark Souls comes from the difficulty of the game. There is no real reason to take that away. Probably gonna end up making more of a Spellblade build. Come on. Yeah, like I remember when I was a child and I played the game for the first time, that for example, these three guys were a nightmare for me. I consider that far more difficult than the boss there is up there. Because I think that as a child you can really like process a lot of information at the same time, so multiple enemies become very difficult. Get off me. And we'll see if this playthrough, if I'm able to get it to the end of it, to play through all of the Age of Sunlight mod. I probably gonna also do a modded playthrough of Dark Souls 3. Not of 2. I have played a game more than it deserves. It's not a, let's say, I don't believe it's a horrible game, but it has some horrible mechanics in the game that make me not want to play it again. The times I have played were enough. Even modded. I tried to mod Dark Souls 2 sometimes. Didn't really like the mods. I don't know how difficult it is to mod Dark Souls. I imagine that from software, from being a Japanese company, I believe it's Japanese. Japanese companies are normally a bit hostile to modding. They have a very strict intellectual property rules. So I imagine that it must not be very easy to mod Dark Souls because they're probably not really ready available modding tools. Unlike, let's say, the creation kit from Bethesda. It's not a lot of them. Probably comparable to... Oh, that was quite the turn he took there. Oh shit. Don't die for the post boss. Attack. Oh, that's new. Ooh. Fuck. I believe he is a bit quicker. Oh, no more heavy soul arrows. It's my impression, or the regular soul arrows are doing the same amount of damage and firing quicker? Power one, and it's done. Taurus demon is down. I had a dog named Taurus when I was a child. It was a good dog. I miss him. Anyway. As I said before, I'm just starting the channel. This is my second video, live stream. I'm streaming this from Twitch, and later I'm also going to stream this from YouTube. So I'm really gonna see how this works, like how a channel works and stuff. I really hope it does well. I play a lot of video games, and pretty much I realized that, okay, I have no intention to stop playing video games, so I might as well do something useful out of it. That's why I'm starting the channel. And here's Solar.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Soler of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
That's not strange, Solar. Have anything more to say?
Aha! So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Yes.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Now, the item Solar gave me right here, the golden thing, where is it? Yeah, the white sign soapstone. It's not really useful to me, so for people that are not accustomed to modding Dark Souls, or From Software games in general, you are not allowed to play online with a modded game. If you do so, you get soft ban. So because of that, the mod even like auto blocks the online connection. So just single player. That's why you're not seeing any ghosts walking around. That's why you're not hearing the bell, the bell of the game. But yeah.
Oh, hello there. The sun is a... If only I could be
Yeah,
so...
I think that's all. Yeah. Now, interesting fact. I do, or better saying, I used to do HEMA, Historical European Martial Arts, swordship and that sort of stuff. And we had in our group a great helm, just like the standard like Templar helm, which is what Solar helmet is based on. Now you can see the Solar helm has this like protection around its neck, a lot of small plates. I have never seen that in any historical helm. Normally the helm is like not gonna have anything there because you need head mobility, and those plates that Solar is using, he cannot like look sideways with that. It's gonna be very let's say not painful, it's gonna be very annoying to use that helmet. I don't really know why they put that there. Normally you're gonna have just like a mail, chain mail protecting your neck to allow for more mobility. And in later years, like the tail point of the Middle Ages, you would also have plates covering your neck, but they're a bit more difficult to make. You need better blacksmith to do that, more developed technologies. Oh! Have they nerfed the dragon area of effect? I would normally take damage from that. Now, as I said before, I have played Dark Souls, vanilla Dark Souls before, so I know a lot of shortcuts and stuff like that. I'm not sure if the mod is gonna change like landscape, terrains and stuff like that. I hope it does. It's gonna be very cool if it does. I always wanted a mod that like extends the maps. Let's see. Is there any weapon that I want to use that I don't have the stats to use though? Not gonna do a Zweihander. I like spears. Let's put some more into Dex. I believe I needed only 15 for the spear. Yep. Let's use a bit. And for the rest, I need more health. And more intelligence. There we go. So far, the mod has only changed like item locations, and as you could see with the boss, some animations and movements he had. I believe he was quicker than normal. His attacks. But it would be really cool if the mod also changed like terrain. I don't think I can do this. Oh, maybe I can. Run. Oh yeah. Nope. Not what I wanted to do. I also remember it took me like years to figure out how to get here. I believe the first time was by accident, like the game had bugged and the dragon didn't spawn. Later on that I discovered that it could actually run there. Another strategy is to get behind these pillars, shoot the dragon, then the dragon's gonna go to the breach, and you can run behind him. Come on. These spears guy are so much easier in Dark Souls 1. I have just finished Dark Souls 2, which is also the reason why I said I'm not gonna do a playthrough of the game. I just finished Dark Souls 2, and that game, spear guys are... they suck. Like, it's really horrible. Because of how Dark Souls 2 handle like hits, like say, when I hit this enemy, you can see that the enemy goes back, he receives the damage. Not the damage, he receives the attack. In Dark Souls 2, that's not the case. Unless you like do a heavy attack and really break the enemy's poise, the enemy don't really react to your attack. Which means that when you're attacking spearmen, they very normally are gonna attack while you are attacking. So it makes them very like... they are always gonna take some of your life when you're fighting them. In this game and Dark Souls 3 and the others, they handle the mechanics of hitting someone far better than Dark Souls 2. As I say, Dark Souls 2 is not a bad game. There's a lot of good things in that game, and I believe that if someday Miyazaki was like, hey, let's remake the game, he could turn that game in like the best Dark Souls game. I think that actually quite easy he could turn that game into the best of the series. But as it is, there's a lot of bullshit mechanics. Now, in going to a good place now. This statue here, if you have played Dark Souls 3, you can recognize that this is probably the one of Gwyn's sons. That in Dark Souls 3 is that knight in the dragon. I don't remember his name. I think he's Nameless King. That's a statue of him. It's the same spear he's using, same outfit. In the lore, the Nameless King was the son of Gwyn, the god of sunlight, I believe. The main guy, the guy that started all of this, the first guy to link the flame. And the Nameless King had allied himself to the dragons, I believe, and that's why he got like banished from the kingdom. And all of his statues, like this one, were destroyed. And I believe it's in... actually, I think it's Dark Souls 1, when you go to Inner London, and there's like the statues of everyone, all the like royal family of Gwyn, and there is an empty space there, which is of this guy. Now, when Dark Souls first released, before Dark Souls 3, a lot of people believe that this guy, the lost son of Gwyn, was actually Solar. I have no idea why they believe that, but I believe I remember that video, the main like Dark Souls lore channel would talk about this, saying that Solar was the son of Gwyn, the lost son of Gwyn. Right, he took that? I don't know. I love spears. I'm probably gonna go back to train with swords and stuff. And I really hope to get some spears when I'm back, to train with some spears. I was never able to. We had a rule that, like, when you enter our group, or HEMA group, you are not allowed to do thrust attacks. Because it's far easier to accidentally hurt someone with a thrust than it's with a slash. Because it's not only the strength of your attack, but it's also the weight of the opponent coming towards you. So very easy to hurt the guy. So only like more advanced people were allowed to do thrust, and only against people that also were allowed to do thrusts. Because of that, I never got into the spears. Now, I technically had like enough time to be able to do that. The problem is that I have trained sporadically, and I had a lot of health problems through the end of it. It's also the reason why I have stopped the training. So I was never able to do like a test to see if the person is skilled enough. And like, it's pretty much like a video game style of training where you level up and then you're allowed to take new weapons and stuff. So because I had a lot of health problems and stuff like that, I was never able to do the spear test and be able to train with spears. So I really hope I can do that when I'm back at training. Because spears are really cool, but they're also really broken. We would do like group fights, and the group with the spear would always have the advantage. It's a really good weapon, and it's the reason why it's like the main weapon of mankind, pretty much. Of course, like the main weapon idea of mankind is the holy stick, which is like amazing idea. You just go to the forest, take a big stick, and smash someone with it. The spear is just an evolution of it. As you can see, it's just a very long stick, and we put a knife at the end of it. So you can like stab your enemy from far away. And it's the weapon that was used throughout most of history, most of mankind. Far more than swords. Oh, an aggro hand. Go back. Now, at the same time, for more that I want to train with spears, I also know it can be a bit of a boring weapon. You kind of have only one type of attack. Like, fighting against spears, it's not a good experience. Not at all. It can be very annoying to fight against spears. Especially if the spear is not allowed to do like slash attacks. Because as you can see, with this spear that I'm using, a winged spear, it has enough blade for me to slash with it. In real life, of course, there's no, I don't believe there's any, let's see, no, there's no slashing animation. But in real life, I could slash with the spear. And that opens up a lot of moves. It becomes a pole arm at that point. It's like a smaller bladed glaive. No, I haven't seen. Did the game give me the alluring thing? Yep. Now, for people that don't know how to do this, this item, the alluring skull, it attracts enemy to it. So what you can do here to deal with the boar, if you're gonna fight the boar directly, you have to hit in his ass. As you can see, the ass is not protected. Another thing you can do is go here and throw the alluring skull into the fire. And the boar has, the big stupid boar he is just gonna walk into the fire and die. Because he's stupid. Because he's just a boar. He needs to. There's a guy here. Another guy. And goodbye. Hey, goodbye, I say. Unfortunately, I did not get the boar helmet. That's the like one thing that I dislike about like Dark Souls, all the Souls in the From Software games, is that because some items like this one, it's chance based, you might just not get them. You need to do like another playthrough or go into New Game Plus, which is fine, but I would like to have a boar skull. Not a boar skull, or a helmet. Nope. Get away. That attack, I have died so many times for that attack. Get away. Get away. I have also considered to play as a paladin. A paladin is normally the strongest class in most From Software games. Ooh. I forgot my shield doesn't have 100% damage block. Now, I choose to play as a sorcerer because I believe the mod doesn't change like when or where you can get most of sorceries. And sorceries in Dark Souls 1, even though I haven't played as a sorcerer before, I know that you can get most of the good sorceries through the normal game. Now with a paladin, the miracles of the game, a lot of them are behind the Covenant system, which means you kinda have to play online in order to get the best spells. If I remember correctly, the Great Lightning Spear, you need to achieve some levels in Solar's Covenant, the Waters of Sunlight. And because we are in a mod, and I don't know if the mod has changed that, I cannot play online. so doing a paladin playthrough is not that viable, at least to my knowledge. The other choice was to do oh great, 2 pieces of armor. The other choice was to make a pyromancer, or of course just a regular Joe. But I would like to have spells and stuff like that. The other choice was to make a pyromancer, and the reason why I chose sorcery over that is because I have played pyromancer like 10 times in this game. Now regular Joes. Oh, I have a shield also. The shield has stat requirement. Is this in the base game as well? I believe it is. I believe it is. Okay, we need more strength then. But we can use this one. Now we're just a hollow soldier with some fancy pants and fancy sorcerers. We could also have play as a regular Joe, like a strength build or a dex build or a quality build, which is good. I believe that Dark Souls 1 is the best game for that. For just like a quality build, just a sword and shield is very good in this game. But we are gonna like inevitably play as that, even though I have sorceries. Like you can see, I'm not using the sorceries. I have enough sorcery to use in this enemy. I just choose not to for the most time. So there's no reason to not have sorceries. Don't dodge me. Dumb you. Wasn't there a knight here? Have they moved it? No! Ah! God damn it. Gravity strikes again. Now, this is not the case, but another thing that I love about Elden Ring, like one of those quality of life changes they make to the game compared to the other Dark Souls games, is how they pretty much eliminated most of the run back to the bosses. I believe there's like 2 or 3 bosses in that game that you actually need to run to get to it, like pass through a lot of enemies to get to it. Renala, you have to do that, and to a less extent the giant. Now, not in this game. In this game, every time you die to a boss, there is a long way to go to get back to the boss. And in places like Blighttown, the run back is worse than the boss itself. Oh, that's a cool move. I didn't know I have that. That's cool. Is he gonna go after me? Don't think so. Oh. Just passing through. Yeah, I'm certain there used to be a knight in there. Now, as you probably have noticed by now, my English is not that good. I'm not a native speaker. Which is another reason why I'm doing this, is to train my spelling. If that's the correct term. And if you know a bit of your history, you'll realize by the name of the channel that I am a Portuguese speaker. Dario Lusitanian. Lusitanian means someone that speaks a Luso language, which is Portuguese. Just like English is an Anglo-Saxon language, Portuguese is a Lusitanian language. Oh shit. As I said, Dark Souls can be very difficult the first time you play. Not that it becomes easy later, but after you get used to mechanics, it becomes far more easier. One of them is when you understand that if you just walk around your enemy, most enemies can't really do anything against you. What a lot of new players are gonna do is that they're gonna run backwards. They're gonna try to get distance from the enemy, and most of the enemies of the game are created to punish that. Hello.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astora. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
It seems to be most of his normal items. I was hoping to see something new here. Oh, that's a bad thing. Let's see here. Is this a straight sword or no, it's a great sword. And I can use it, right? Now I probably not gonna go with the straight sword. I'm probably gonna go with a like quasi quality build, because they're gonna need a lot of points into intelligence and I think it's memory. Oh, someone had appeared and asked something in the chat, but I have not seen it. Lizardin, yes, I do read chat, but as you can see, I read them quite some time after that. I have not seen your message in time. But yes, if anyone shows up, feel free to ask me anything in chat. I will answer when I see it. I have not seen in time. But okay, yeah, coming back. I'm probably gonna have to invest a lot in intelligence and memory. So I'm not gonna have a lot of points to put in strength and dexterity. So I'm gonna use something that doesn't rely a lot on that, like a straight sword or some basic great sword. For now, what I have is enough. But I am gonna reinforce my sorcery catalyst, my staff. Okay.
Most weapons and armor are mighty sturdy indeed, but every hunk of metal has its breaking point. If you notice durability running low, it's time to repair. You can ask a blacksmith like myself, or do it on your own with a grindstone. The nice thing about weapons, they never betray you, so pay them a little respect, eh? Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
Thank you, Andrew. It's Andrew or
Well,
Andrew?
hello. You need any...
It's... oh, there's no name of it here.
There are two types.
I think it's
of weapon
Andrew.
forging.
Andrew of Stora,
We
if I remember.
Ascension is the
I
territory
don't really
we
know
must
how
start out with
you survive all the way to
When
Dark
I
Souls
lose,
3.
as you know, you won't make...
But it's a good thing you're there.
Be careful.
Now, I also believe that Andrew is a character from the Berserk series. I know that a lot of Dark Souls comes from Berserk. Now, I don't remember if he's the blacksmith from Dark Souls 1, Andrew, or if he's the blacksmith from Demon Souls. There is like a direct copy from Berserk. Okay. Now we can have our 3 spells equipped at the same time, which is great. Not that I'm using the spells, but hey, it's a good thing. Now it's gargoyle time. Now just let me see. It's more 7 minutes. I'm probably gonna end in more 10 minutes to... or finish in an hour total. But then I'm probably just gonna start again, or just end the... I'm just gonna end the recording, but leave the stream going. This animation froze there. The power of the spear, its range. Okay. Yeah, he's in here. Hello there. Hiding behind your shield. That's not a lot of damage. Oh. Oh. Don't change our attack. Do the same thing all the time. I need to heal. Ah, shit. No. No heals allowed. Ooh, that's good. Yeah. There we go. Titanite shard. Now, is the Soul Keeper soul here? No, not the Soul Keeper, the Fire Keeper soul in here. Because if it is not... Oh, it is. Great. So I can go back to Firelink and upgrade my Vastus. I imagine the other soul, Firekeeper soul, is somewhere in the Ghost City, because it was not in the standard place. Now, because they have buffed Tower's Demon, and they probably have like tweak around all the bosses of the game. Normally, a strategy that you can do in the beginning of the game is to go to the crow's nest and go back into the starting place to gain some levels from the bosses that are there. But I imagine that the bosses are going to be far more difficult than normally. So I'm gonna go there later. Need more health. Thank you. Thank you. And you cannot speak. Another thing that I wish, I really hope someday, like, this is already remastered, so it's probably not gonna happen, but I really hope someday they go back into the Dark Souls series and like enhance the games, and give like more quests, more stuff to do in the games. Probably never gonna happen, but if they do that, it would be really good if they expand in the Firekeeper quest line in this game. Because there's not really a lot there. I believe she has like 2 voice lines in the game. Now let's kill the sorcerer up there. It doesn't have enough range. Here? That's a lot of spells. Oh! Hey! Don't interrupt the wizard fight. Come on. Come on. It hit the wall. It's hitting the wall. God damn it. Okay. Albert. It's a really cool animation, but yeah, it doesn't work that often. Basement key. Now, does this open Basement open door leading to lower. Ah, yes, that's. I believe it is in the normal undead fire. There's a door there. Right after the bridge where they throw fireballs. I believe that's the key for there. Hello. How are you covering your feet with a bucket? There we go. Okay, before I go fight the wizard, I think that's a good time to end the recording. I'm gonna remain in the live, but the recording can stop here. So, this is the first episode of Dark Souls Age of Sunlight. I hope you can continue this and play throughout all the game. And if you're seeing this, welcome. This is my first series, let's say. I also doing some Total War Warhammer 3. And it's the beginning of the channel. I hope you like it. It's probably gonna increase in quality with time. But that's it. Thank you for watching and goodbye.